I'm Wheelchair Jimmy and I'm rolling through Phoenix, Arizona today, and I thought I'd give you some accessibility tips if you come into Phoenix for the very first time. You know, this is a wonderfully accessible city, not like Boston or Washington, D.C., where you have some of those 200-year-old historical buildings, you know, in brownstones where there are 20 or 30 steps to get up or down. Although you're surrounded by mountains, most of Phoenix is in a valley, in a very level area, and is one of the most accessible cities in the United States. And when you come here, the mass transit is absolutely terrific. You know, the Metro Light Rail, which is my favorite, and the Metro bus system are both very accessible. So is Amtrak and the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. And the airport SkyTrain, it's easy, accessible, and connects to both the light rail and the bus system. You know, when I come to Phoenix, I try to be very careful about where I stay, and let me suggest you be careful on a couple areas as well. You know, one is Camelback Mountain, which is right next to the Scottsdale area, a beautiful area. The other is the Tapatio Mountain Range, which is about 15 to 20 minutes north of Phoenix. Both have some beautiful resorts, but are on some very steep grades. You know, both are in the side of a mountain. So be careful you don't book a room high up into the mountainside where you have to get in your car and drive just to get to the lobby for breakfast. You know, both Camelback and Tapatio areas have some spectacular views, restaurants, and spas, which you should enjoy. Just be careful in these areas. One of the other areas I like is right downtown Phoenix. You know, it's very level, very compact, easy to roll around, and you can spend a day or a week there and have a great time. You know, the restaurants, the shops are all very accessible. And downtown Phoenix is home to some great museums like the Phoenix Art Museum and the Heard Museum, which are really easy to get around. I've enjoyed both. You know, the Financial District is also downtown and very accessible. Or you can just attend the sporting events. Visit U.S. Airways Center where the Phoenix Suns play basketball, or Chase Field where the Arizona Diamondbacks play baseball. Both downtown stadiums are quite accessible. As a side note, the University of Phoenix Stadium, where the Arizona Cardinals play football, is not downtown, but it's about 10 minutes north in Glendale. And the whole Glendale complex, including many, many restaurants, is very level and very accessible. The lower Scottsdale area is also very nice and a lot of fun. You know, the resorts in this area along Scottsdale Road and Fashion Island are among the nicest in all of Phoenix. They're mostly accessible, and in some of them you get that sort of old Southwest feeling. Very fun. And I think this lower Scottsdale area has the best and most unique restaurants in the entire Phoenix area, and most are very wheelchair accessible. Shopping in Old Town Scottsdale can also be a lot of fun. You know, there are many boutique restaurants, shops, art galleries. There's always a lot of activity, a lot of people, a great way to spend a day. You might even also try the food tour, which we did and loved. And the city has really improved Old Town wheelchair accessibility, including buses, parking, and sidewalks. It's now much more accessible than it was some years ago. One of my new favorite shopping areas is in the northern Scottsdale area, up at the Carolyn Commons and Scottsdale Quarter. Both are relatively newly built and especially wheelchair friendly. They got great parking, broad level sidewalks, and many restaurants and shops. And don't miss spring training. You know, I try to get to 6 or 7 games every year at different stadiums across the valley, and if you like baseball, this is just a terrific way to spend an afternoon or evening. All the stadiums I visited have accessible public restrooms, and there's a ton of wheelchair accessible seating. You know, my favorite is the Peoria Sports Complex, where the San Diego Padres and the Seattle Mariners play. And just across the street, there's probably a dozen or so fun restaurants, albeit many of them are chain restaurants. And to help out, I've tried to include several accessible hotels on our website, which are near some of the stadiums. A couple other quick tips. Visit our YouTube channel, where we have many Phoenix videos as well as a few clips on certain destination areas, such as Sedona and Prescott. Then there's a small old mining town of Jerome perched on a mountaintop, which I would suggest you only drive through as I did. I would suggest you avoid booking a hotel room in Jerome. Now, that would be scary. So I hope you come visit Phoenix, the Valley of the Sun. And please also visit wheelchairjimmy.com, where we'll discuss mass transportation in Phoenix and tell you which hotels, restaurants, and city attractions are accessible and which properties to avoid. Roll on, America!